You're watching Republic.
Very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching 6 Stories at 6 and I am Rakshita Mishra with you. Let's get started with the top 6 stories of the day. The Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Ajit Pawar, was killed in a crash today. We'll break down for you the frame by frame of what really happened in that final journey. The flight data record has given several revelations on how the flight tried to land twice, then crashed during the third attempt at landing. Meanwhile, the VSR Aviation company, whose plane was involved in the fatal crash, remains completely defiant, and we'll tell you what they had to say. Mamata Banerjee, meanwhile, along with other opposition leaders, have questioned the timing of this incident, saying that they demand a Supreme Court-monitored probe on the crash. Meanwhile, the major airlines seek a relaxation in FDTL norms, citing new pilot rest rules unsustainable. And the Delhi High Court has now sought a reply from the DGCA. And the final story coming in from Uttar Pradesh's Lalitpur, where a BJP minister's son has been involved in a hit, kill and run case. Let's start with the tragic aviation incident has claimed the life of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister NCP's Ajit Pawar. The Learjet 45 aircraft flying from Mumbai to Baramati crashed during landing at Baramati Airport this morning, killing all 5 people on board. Now, the preliminary information suggests that the aircraft overran the runway while landing at the uncontrolled airfield. The crew had attempted a go-around after initially reporting that the runway was not in sight. Moments later, on the second attempt, the aircraft was cleared for landing. But within a minute, flames were seen near the runway threshold. There's more in this report.
A routine flight ended in national shock. Maharashtra's longest-serving Deputy Chief Minister, Ajit Pawar, is dead, killed in a tragic aircraft crash at Baramati Airport. The Learjet 45, flying from Mumbai to Baramati, went down during landing on Wednesday morning. All 5 people on board, including Ajit Pawar and 2 crew members, lost their lives.
उसे देखा है, बहुत दुख भरी, दर्द भरी घटना है। ये हमने देखा कि एयरप्लेन जब नीचे आया था, ऐसा लग रहा था उसका क्रैश हो जाएगा, ऐसा हम सोच रहे थे, तभी क्रैश हो गया। हम देखे कि हमें लगा नहीं क्रैश हो गया है, लेकिन एयर ट्रैप पे उतरेगा ऐसा लगा, उतर रहा है, लेकिन क्रैश हुआ और उसके बाद स्फोट हो गया उसका, ज़बरदस्त स्फोट होने के बाद वो हम देखने आए, पहले देखा तो उसको आग लगी थी पूरे प्लेन को, और उसके बाद 4-5 स्फोट हो गया विमान में उसका।
What was supposed to be a short, routine journey turned into a fatal accident in the final moments before touchdown. At 8:18 a.m., the aircraft first contacted Baramati. At 30 nautical miles inbound, it was released by Pune approach and advised to descend under visual conditions. Baramati is an uncontrolled airfield where pilots rely on traffic information rather than full ATC guidance. The crew asked for winds and visibility. They were told winds were calm and visibility was around 3,000 meters. But on final approach to runway 11, the pilots reported the runway was not in sight. They aborted the landing and initiated a go-around. Minutes later, the aircraft attempted a second approach. Once again, the runway was initially not visible. Seconds later, the pilots reported the runway was in sight. Landing clearance was issued at 8:43 a.m. There was no readback from the cockpit, and just 1 minute later, flames were seen near the threshold of runway 11. The aircraft had overrun the runway and crashed off to the left side. Emergency services rushed to the spot within minutes, but the impact and fire left no survivors. The wreckage of the Learjet now lies off the runway, marking the exact spot where the tragedy unfolded. As DGCA investigates, they are now examining visibility conditions, runway overrun factors, landing clearance procedures, and the critical missing readback. As Maharashtra mourns Ajit Pawar, the nation waits for answers from the DGCA probe.
This tragic disaster, this aviation tragedy has claimed the life of the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister. The aircraft he was travelling in crashed near the Baramati Airport, as we showed you just minutes before landing. Now, the flight data becomes very, very crucial here. It reveals the final moments of this ill-fated plane and raises serious questions about visibility, approach alignment, and possible technical issues. Investigations are underway as the nation mourns the devastating loss. Here's more on the story and the revelations that can be made from the FDR.
A fatal plane crash near Baramati Airport has claimed the life of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. Data retrieved from flight records is helping investigators reconstruct the sequence of events leading to the crash. The data shows the aircraft took off from Mumbai at exactly 8:10 a.m. for what was meant to be a short and routine journey. The plane remained airborne for around 35 minutes before disaster struck near Baramati Airport. Records reveal the aircraft made 2 landing approaches to the Baramati runway, indicating possible complications during descent.
थोड़ा सा बताना चाहता हूँ कि आज सुबह जब ये प्लेन उतर रहा था VSR एविएशन करके दिल्ली, हैदराबाद और भोपाल में इनका बेस है। तो ये अच्छा यहाँ ने चार्टर हुआ था, सुबह यहाँ से निकले थे। तो उतरने के समय पे पहले अटैम्प्ट में उतर नहीं पाए तो उन्होंने गो राउंड किया हुआ है। गो राउंड मतलब टच डाउन करने, जब रनवे पर नहीं होते हुए फिर से एक चक्कर मार के आना, उसको गो राउंड कहते हैं।
During the second approach, the aircraft suddenly disappeared from radar at 8:45 a.m., marking the moment of impact. Eyewitnesses reported a massive explosion followed by fire as the aircraft crashed just short of the runway. Flight path analysis shows the aircraft circled the runway once, a maneuver often used when pilots attempt to stabilize landing conditions. Aviation experts point to low visibility as a major concern. Pune recorded visibility of 2,500 meters, with Baramati likely worse.
आज सुबह पुअर विजिबिलिटी थी थोड़ी सी, लेकिन इतनी भी नहीं थी। सुबह 9 बज गया था, 9:15 के करीब का टाइम होगा ये, तो इतनी थी। अगर सुबह जल्दी आते थे 6-7 बजे तो काफ़ी पुअर विजिबिलिटी थी।
The crash site, located 80 to 100 meters before the runway, highlights a critical failure in the landing trajectory as investigators probe all possible causes.
Now, talking about this aircraft, it was a chartered bombardier Learjet 45XR that was operated by VSR Ventures Private Limited. It crashed during landing at the Baramati Airport. As we told you, it was the 3rd attempt at landing, and it killed everyone on board. Now, this aircraft, registered as VT-SSK, has taken off from Mumbai in the early hours, carrying Ajit Pawar, his personal security officer, an attendant and crew members around 8:45 to 8:48 a.m. While it was on the final approach, the jet reportedly developed several technical problems, lost the stability, and crash landed near the runway. And what makes this crash particularly striking is a disturbing coincidence. Here's why.
A tragic morning in Maharashtra. Shock, grief, and unanswered questions. A chartered business jet crashes during landing, killing Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar and everyone on board on Wednesday. The crash of a Bombardier Learjet 45XR has plunged the nation into mourning. But what makes this tragedy even more chilling is a haunting coincidence. This is not the first time a Learjet from the same operator has met with disaster. Back on 14th of September 2023, another VSR-operated Learjet 45 crash-landed at Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport. That aircraft, carrying 6 passengers and 2 crew, drifted off the runway during landing in heavy rain. A stall warning sounded. The jet broke into 2 and caught fire. Miraculously, all 8 on board survived, though the pilots were seriously injured. The Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau later pointed to adverse weather and a contaminated runway, likely causing hydroplaning and loss of control. But the tragedy on 28th of January tells a far darker story. Unlike the 2023 crash, weather was not a factor this time. Yet once again, a Learjet from the same charter operator lost control during the most critical phase of flight landing.
The aircraft was very well maintained. There was absolutely no problem in the aircraft. There was no technical failure in the aircraft. उसमें मैम 2023 में जो हुआ था वो बॉम्बे एयरपोर्ट पे हुआ था और उसमें भी बारिश हो रही थी, लो विजिबिलिटी थी and the pilot after touchdown skidded off the runway.
As a detailed probe into the tragic accident has been ordered, the questions that arise is that was it a coincidence or a warning ignored? As investigators move in, the nation mourns a towering political figure lost in a crash.
So the shocking demise of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar jolted the Pawar family, sending shockwaves across the political spectrum. While initial questions center on the safety of the aircraft operated by VSR Airlines, the opposition has now introduced fresh political angle. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, along with Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav, have demanded a Supreme Court-monitored investigation into the fatal crash, raising concerns over the safety of political leaders and calling for a credible Supreme Court-monitored probe. Here's a closer look at the crash that has triggered multiple questions and the politics surrounding it now.
Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar's death has left the state's political landscape shaken, plunging the nation and the Pawar family into grief. As shock gives way to questions, focus shifts to what caused the fatal plane crash. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee questioned the safety of political leaders.
Ajit Pawar, Deputy Chief Minister, he died today morning in a plane crash. But before few days ago, I came to know that from social network that somebody from other party, they gave a statement that Ajit Pawar is willing to leave the BJP. And now what happened today, I need proper investigation under the supervision of Supreme Court.
Mamata Banerjee demanded a Supreme Court-monitored investigation into the crash. Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav also echoed the demand for a thorough probe. Akhilesh questioned the circumstances, citing similar past incidents.
स्वाभाविक है क्योंकि बहुत बड़े नेता थे, डिप्टी सीएम कई बार रहे वो और महाराष्ट्र के बहुत लोकप्रिय नेता रहे और अगर ऐसी घटना हो जाए और आज के समय पे जहां हम इतने जागरूक हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी को इतना समझते हैं चीज़ें, तो उन्होंने ठीक ही मांग की होगी क्योंकि वीआईपी के साथ इस तरह की घटना न हो। तो एक बार को ये बात तो साफ होनी चाहिए कि आखिरकार ये घटनाएं क्यों हुई। पूर्व में भी कई हमारे वीआईपी इसी तरह उनकी जान गई है, तो आखिरकार ऐसी जांच हो जिससे निष्पक्ष पता लगे कि आखिरकार घटना किस वजह से हुई।
Mallikarjun Kharge, president of the Indian National Congress, also raised questions, calling it an unnatural accident.
देखिए, जांच तो होना चाहिए क्योंकि ऐसा एक्सीडेंट हुआ है जो अननेचुरल है, ऐसा हर जगह होना। एक तरफ तो बड़े बड़े जहाज भी, अहमदाबाद के भी बहुत बड़ा एक्सीडेंट, ये तो जो प्लेन था, छोटा प्लेन, वहाँ पर ऐसा हुआ क्यों, इसकी जांच तो होना ही चाहिए।
The 66-year-old, Maharashtra's longest-serving Deputy Chief Minister, non-consecutively died in a plane crash near Baramati. His NCP faction, which holds the official party symbol, is part of the Fadnavis-led government in Maharashtra. As Maharashtra comes to terms with the loss, the state government has announced 3 days of mourning.
And now we shift our focus to the tragic accident in Lalitpur of Uttar Pradesh. In fact, it's a hit, kill and run case. It has claimed another life, one life, and left 2 others critically injured. A car registered in the name of a minister's wife, BJP leader's wife, collided with a motorcycle, causing severe injuries. Eyewitnesses say that the car was speeding and the impact threw the riders off. The police have registered a case and launched a probe, assuring a thorough investigation despite the car's influential ownership. The victims' families seek justice, demanding action against the owner and the driver. The incident has sparked local outrage as well, with demands for accountability.
A tragic accident occurred in Lalitpur, Uttar Pradesh, claiming 1 life and leaving 2 others critically injured. A car registered in the name of a minister's wife collided with a motorcycle, causing severe injuries to the victim. Eyewitnesses say that the car was speeding when it hit the motorcycle, throwing the riders off the vehicle. The injured were rushed to the hospital, but no person succumbed to their injuries. The police has registered a case and launched an investigation into the incident. The car's registration in a minister's wife's name had raised questions, but authorities assured a thorough probe.
सूचना मिली है कि रात्रि में थाना जाकलौन के ग्राम बरखेड़ा के पास एक फॉर्च्यूनर गाड़ी व मोटरसाइकिल के मध्य एक्सीडेंट हो गया, जिसमें 3 मोटरसाइकिल सवारों में से एक मोटरसाइकिल सवार शिवेंद्र पुत्र राजेंद्र निवासी ग्राम बरखेड़ा थाना जाकलौन की दुखद मृत्यु हो गई है। शेष अन्य 2 का हायर सेंटर पर इलाज चल रहा है। तहरीर लेकर सुसंगत धाराओं में मुकदमा पंजीकृत कर लिया गया है। शुरुआती जाँच में पता चला है कि ये फॉर्च्यूनर गाड़ी माननीय मंत्री जी की पत्नी के नाम से रजिस्टर्ड है। इसकी जांच की जा रही है कि घटना के समय इस गाड़ी को कौन चला रहा था।
The victims' families are seeking justice, demanding action against the car owner and the driver, in this case the BJP minister's son. The injured are fighting for their lives, with the police providing them with medical support. The incident has sparked outrage in Lalitpur in Uttar Pradesh, with locals demanding for accountability. The investigation continues, aiming to bring clarity to the tragic event.
And that's all we could pack in this edition of 6:06. We'll be right back with Live and Breaking at 6:30. Don't go anywhere.
Pure Suji pasta, ubalo